Hello and welcome to Azurewala YouTube channel. We are in part 14 of Microsoft Certified Associate series. We have covered up to question number 35 and now we are going to see question number 36. Let's go. Question number 36. Your company's Azure subscription includes two Azure network named Virtual Network A and Virtual Network B. Virtual Network A includes a VPN gateway that is configured to make use of static routing. Also, a site-to-site VPN connection exists between your company's on-premise network and Virtual Network A. You have configured a point-to-site VPN connection to Virtual Network A from workstation running Windows 10. After configuring Virtual Network A peering between Virtual Network A and Virtual Network B, you confirm that you are able to access Virtual Network B from the company's on-premise network. However, you find that you cannot establish a connection to Virtual Network B from the Windows 10 workstation. You have to make sure that a connection to Virtual Network B can be established from the Windows 10 workstation. Okay, so question is little bit long, but if we understand, there are key points that we do have Virtual Network A and Virtual Network B, and these both are connected, and Virtual Network A has a VPN gateway and it has site-to-site VPN connectivity with the site company's on-premise network, and that is connected through Virtual Network A, and point-to-site connectivity with the Windows workstation. Windows 10 is running on that, and network peering is also available between Virtual Network A and B. And also we confirm the access that we can access the Virtual Network B from on-premise site. So that is connecting through Virtual Network A. So these both are because the Virtual Network A is in the middle of Virtual Network B and on-premise site. So that's okay. Now the Windows 10 is not able to establish the connection that we have to figure out. So let's understand from the diagram first, and then we'll try to find out the answer. So as per our question, this is our diagram, and if you mark a line between these, so we can see that this is Azure environment, Azure. Okay, and this is our site, and these both are connected through VPN gateway on Azure Virtual Network A, and Virtual Network A and B are connected through network peering. And also we have confirmed that the computers in our site can communicate with Virtual Network B. That means that traffic is going through Virtual Network A and that part is working. But we found that our traffic or our communication from desktop to B is not working. So that we have to figure out why this part is not working. So let's quickly understand some of the definitions, like VPN gateway, which is denoted here. What exactly it is? It is a Azure VPN gateway is a service that uses a specific type of virtual network gateway to send encrypted traffic between an Azure virtual network and on-premise location. So that's the Azure VPN gateway. Next is virtual network peering. Actually, what is the virtual network peering? It enables to connect seamlessly two or more virtual network in Azure. So this is one of the Azure service which is connecting these both virtual networks together, and that seamless means that all the virtual machines in Virtual Network A and Virtual Network B can communicate with each other as if these are in the same network. One more important thing is that The computers from site can communicate with the virtual network B. How it is happening? There is a setting called in peering, network peering, that this virtual network can transit the traffic through this. So the gateway transit peering property that lets one virtual network use the VPN gateway in the peered network for cross premise or VNet to VNet connectivity. So that is also configured because all the computers on premise can talk to this one. But the point to site is not working. So answer, let's see the solution in this question. Solution given here is that you download and reinstall the VPN client configuration package on the Windows 10 workstation. So on Windows 10 workstation, we may have a VPN client configuration pre-installed before the network configuration. That is not allowing traffic to work, and it is not up-to-date configuration. That may be the reason. So that is a correct solution. So answer in this case would be yes. As per this question, we have changed the network topology after configuring the virtual network peering between the virtual network and virtual network B. You confirm that you are able to access this one, but this is so we have made some changes, means we have in network started the peering. That is the one reason that we have to reinstall VPN client configuration, and then only it's going to work. That means that whenever we do have a network topology changed, we have to install the Windows VPN client again and configure it. Okay, so let's move to next question. Question number 37. Your company has virtual machines hosted in Microsoft Azure. The VMs are located in a single Azure virtual network named VNet1. The company has users that work remotely. The remote workers require access to VMs on VNet1. You need to provide access for the remote workers. What should you do? So a question is very straightforward, and option A is given that configure site-to-site VPN. B is like configure a VNet to VNet VPN. C is configure point-to-site VPN. D is configure DirectAccess on Windows Server 2012, and configure the E is configure multi-site VPN. So first let's understand by diagram what is site to site and VNet to VNet and P2S, etc. So first one is P2S, so point to site connectivity, point to site, or here the tunnel. So this is our virtual network, and this is our VPN gateway on Azure, and that is connecting through P2S or point to site tunnels on independent workstations. So this is how it looks like. So this is the scenario when our employee is working on remote location, which are on different locations, and VPN client can be installed on their desktop or laptops, and they can directly access our VMs in VNet1. So let's say site to site connectivity. This is how it looks like. So in this case, what happens is that our Azure network is here and our VPN gateway is configured, and through the IPsec tunneling, we have on-premise workstations or computers, etc. connected. Third one is direct access service, which is one role on Windows Server, which can be installed, and that can have connection of workstations through direct access server to corporate intranet or maybe Azure in this case. That is also one possibility, but there are some disadvantage on this. only the Windows machine can connect on DirectAccess. This is the one disadvantage. Another one is the client must run on Windows Update or Enterprise Edition, and we can't unblock websites. We can't bypass ISP throttling. So these are some of the disadvantage. However, we can connect using this one as well. So that's not the correct solution. So back to our question, the best possible way to connect the remote workers is that we can have point to site connectivity, which is secure and safe. We have explored this one, but this is not recommended. V2V, VNet to VNet is like virtual network to virtual network, which is not applicable in this case. Configure site to site is on-premise and Azure, that is also not applicable in this case. Configure multi-site VPN, that is also not required. We do not have multiple sites here. Rather, we do have multiple workstations. So the best option is point to site connectivity. I hope this video was informative for you, and please do like, subscribe and press the bell notification icon and share with your friends. Thank you. See you in next video.